Welcome. We are your hosts, Chris and Tammy.
In this podcast, we dive into the mindset for networking strategies and skills you'll need to build a solid foundation to build a global business.
We've built a multi-million-dollar business and have mentored thousands of people around the globe in the last 25 years.
Hey, welcome everyone. Chris and Tammy here, coming to you live from Daytona Beach. And today it's Q&A, question and answers with Chris and Tammy. The question is today is, when do you decide, or do you find that is the right time for you to go full-time, walking away from your job and do this full-time? Well, what are your thoughts, Tammy, on that?
And it depends on people's situations, because often people get that question to us. A lot of people obviously come into this business part-time, wanting to make some part-time income, just like we did, and then both of us had found our time that worked for us. And we'll give you a couple of tips on the things that we've done, but I mean, most people cannot do this business full force right out of the gate unless you don't have a job already and you've got some financial backing. Then that would be a different story. But in our cases, we're like average people, right? We had careers, and we needed those careers to pay our lifestyle at the time. And so we both started this industry on a part-time level. For myself, it was very, very part-time, because I had a lot of stuff going on in my life. I owned a manufacturing company. I owned a boutique. I had 11 employees. I was just in the middle of a fashion show. So there was a lot of plates moving when I joined network marketing. But I realized that it was a long-term business, and I was just going to create those short-term goals moving into full-time. So maybe yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, I remember as Tammy was sharing, it just brought back a memory where I used to go to my mentor at the time. And he was living out of California, you remember,
yes,
right? And
Steve,
and the other one was actually, there were a few of them. One of them was in Toronto, the other one was in Ottawa. And my question was, when can I decide to go full-time? And the answer was, well, Chris, when you have 6 months of your monthly operating costs, your basic costs in the bank, that's when you can go full-time.
Yeah.
And when he told me that, I said to myself, oh my God, this is never going to happen. and the reality is, I didn't really listen. I actually walked away once I had 1 month. And let me tell you, it was not a walk in the park. It was tough. But I am grateful that I did. Because if I didn't, I'd probably still have a job right now. Because I had to get off this comfort zone and really get to work and get uncomfortable in telling folks about this business venture, about these wonderful products, explaining the mentoring program, the trainings, and all the things that we have available for people to tap into to build their businesses. And the amount of rejections we had was, I mean, I could write a second book. As you know, we wrote a book called Freedom Formula. If you're curious, you can find it on freedomformula1one.com, and it's around like $6 or something like that, US. And you can buy the book. You can actually follow what we've done, because our entire blueprint is in that book. But the fact here is, we started to evolve. My way of communicating started to evolve. My level of confidence started to grow. And it was easier and easier to convert people to want to do the business with us, due to my level of confidence on how confident I was that they can generally make good money with this company. And this is how it all started. But the fact here is, as a rule of thumb, it's good practice to have at least minimum 3 months, because 1 month, it's tough. Because listen, there's going to be rainy days. There's going to be some months where you're going to hit some wonderful growth spur, and other months it will be dry, like there's just no water, if you understand my meaning. And it can certainly affect your your emotion, right? Your drive to continue and build and keep putting effort into this business. But the fact is, you know when you're ready.
Yeah.
Generally, the last point is
always look at your situation. For sure.
Exactly. Because I don't know what your situation is.
Yeah.
But if you have at least 4 leaders that are building the business with you, that also could also be part-time, that's actually a good sign that you might be ready. Because if you have 4 leaders, that means they're earning an income. And the income they're earning is driving volume for you to be able to sustain a certain lifestyle, right? The other thing, like I said, if you have 3 to 6 months in the bank, that's another thing you should be considering. And what are the thoughts you have?
I'm just thinking, part-time stories are really, really exciting for people. To be able to share your story with somebody that you've started a business and you've earned this much part-time, in your spare time, people get excited about stuff like that because then they can see that it's possible for them to do the same thing. So just so you know, those part-time stories are really, really exciting. But there comes a point where you will make a decision. And like Chris said, it's good to have a foundation. In my case, I had a foundation. I had a business and I sold my business. So I had a foundation when I went full-time, and I had a really good income when I decided to go full-time. It took me about a year to do it, very part-time, but that part-time effort was very focused on new business, talking to new people, engaging new people, inviting people to presentations, and then teaching them to do the same thing and do the same thing, and that's how we really rolled it out.
Yeah.
We literally built this business. They call it old school now, because now the internet is driven more and more and more today, and which is, you can put your nets out and catch so many people, where
Yes.
before it was a lot harder.
Yeah. So folks, in closing, here's the thing. The question to when is it a good time for you to go full-time, the rule of thumb is you have at least 4 people that are committed
The umbrella
and
went.
working your business. Number 2 is you have at least 4 leaders that are actually invested in building their business. And from that point on, I would say that it would be probably a good indication that you can go full-time. But consult with your mentor, consult with your leader, and if you want to consult with us, feel free to direct message us, DM us, let us know you'd like to get some more information, some tips. We have trainings, we have presentations that are taking place every single week. Monday we have trainings, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays we have presentation. On Thursday we have 2 presentations. And we have a training system, we have board apps, and we have everything you need to be successful in this business. So we look forward to connect with you if you're interested. But at the end of the day, we look forward to hear from you.
We're gonna relax now. It's beach time.
Umbrella
Fun
just
time.
flew off, so we have to go get it.